Be sure to cook. Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to be fixing homemade macaroni and cheese, my style. So, get ready and let's do this. Okay, I've got about 3 cups of boiling water. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to stir that. And my water's already boiling, so I already got it prepared. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of elbow macaroni, and I'm going to cook this al dente style. While this is cooking, let's get started on our cheeses. Alright, I'm using some block cheese here. You can use whatever, cheddar, Velveeta. I'm going to use, because it's just a small one that I'm making, so I'm going to use about a big block. I don't know how much that is, but I'm just going to use a big block. I'm not going to use any more because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of cheeses here. Okay, I'm going to cut this up in small blocks. It's very easy and very simple. You don't even have to use the block cheese, but I like the block cheese. It's creamier, it's better. You can use any one you want. They have different kinds, and they even have kinds that are not Velveeta that are better. To me, that tastes a lot better than Velveeta, but I mean, Velveeta is good, but it tastes just as good. Or you can just use plain old Velveeta. Okay, here you want to make sure you don't want to overcook your macaroni, and I want it al dente. I mean, really al dente, because this is going to go in the oven. So I'm just going to look at it, and no, not quite. About a couple more minutes. So far, this has only been here for 5 minutes. Okay, I got a plate to catch these cheeses. I'm shredding up some good old Parmesan cheese. And this is a, Parmesan. Aged Parmesan, actually. Aged Parmesan. And I'm not even gonna get about, I guess it might be maybe a half cup. I'm not even a half cup because I'm making a small one, so I'm gonna tell you the cups. Everything to be on the bottom of your screen, the right measurements and everything. Sometimes I get to talking, I just get to talking. So, about a half a cup, and that's what it came, of grated Parmesan cheese. Put these to the sides, and let's go ahead and grate our other cheese. Our other cheese is going to be aged Asiago. I love Asiago cheese. It's got a little kind of funky smell to it, but it is delicious. I use this cheese a lot. So I'm going to grate some of this, and I want about about the same, a half cup. So let's grate this up. Okay, so on my board, I'm scraping up all this cheese, and that's about a half a cup of this. And I want to mix these. I love these cheeses. I use these cheeses a lot for different foods and different things that I fix and prepare. These cheeses together go great. But I'm also going to be doing it with some Velveeta. And then I've got another cheese that I'm going to be also using. I'm going to use some grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to use a half a cup of also that. So, and I'm going to mix all these different cheeses up. Because it's clumped up in the jar. It's just grated Parmesan. You get that at any of your local stores. And I'm just going to mix all that up. And we're going to get to cooking this. So let's check our macaroni. I'm going to be adding 1/4 cup of margarine. I like to use margarine. I also got regular butter, but margarine, it's got a little water in it, and that's what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and use 1/4. This is a very fattening macaroni cheese, and it's nothing nothing light about this dish. So I'm using 1/4 cup of margarine butter, and I'm going to melt this down. I've got a cup of milk. You can use whole milk, but I'm using 2%, or you can use 1%. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm melting that down. Okay, I'm using 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. That's just me. I like nutmeg in my famous macaroni and cheese. And I'm just going to put that in my butter, and I'm just going to let that, whisk that in there really good, and let that continue to melt. Okay, because at butter, it's going to be a lot of butter. Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. That's really heavy cream. I'm going to mix that heavy cream inside that butter. Okay. I have a cup of milk here. I'm going to take this and get out my spoon. And I'm going to mix, I'm going to pour half of a cup of milk in there. Then 1/4 of my famous Mrs. Dash Blend seasoning. Then I'm going to add some black pepper. Just a little black pepper. If you're using, I'm using cracked, but you can use ground. If you use ground, just add 1/4 of that too, if you want, or half of that, or just shake whatever you want in the black and the pepper. Okay, now that's hot and good. Remember those great cheeses that I had, those block cheeses? I use a little because I'm making a little bit. So I'm just gonna melt this inside here. And I didn't use all of my milk. I put a cup of milk, but I used half of that cup. And I'm saving the half a cup just in case it gets too thick and I need to thin this out. So just set a cup of milk to the side, just in case you need it. And more likely you probably will, it might get thick. And if you're making more, then you will probably need that. If you're making a large thing, because I only use like a 1.5 cups of macaroni shells, and I cook them al dente, where they're burly cooked, because this is going to go in the oven. And you want to set that, you know, set this for this. But if you're making more than that, like 2 cups or 3 cups, of course you're going to need more cheeses, and you might need that whole cup of milk. Okay, that is smoothed out. Now I'm going to add in all those great cheeses, and I'm going to be stirring for a while. Okay, see how it's getting? It's going to get thick, and it's going to be good. But you're going to have to stir this for a good while, because this cheese has got to really melt, and it's got to get very creamy. So keep stirring. And as I'm stirring and getting this creamy, I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of parsley. Okay, I've been stirring for a while, and these are almost melted, because I can see a little bit of lumps in here, and I want this smooth. I'm going to add 3 slices of American cheese, and I'm going to get these melted. These are just the regular slices that you get for a sandwich slice, or you can go get these, or you can do white American. I usually do white American, but I'm out of it, but I'm making it this way this time. And you can use white, or you can use yellow. And I'm just going to stir this in and get this all together, and I'm smoothing this out. As I'm smoothing this out, I'm going to add just a little bit more of my milk. See, I add it as I go, as the cheeses keep building up. Add more milk, just a little, you know, pour it in little, then it get real kind of thin on you. Keep stirring, it'll get in there and cook it out. Okay, that leaves me about maybe 1/4 cup of this milk. I'm going to put an egg in here and beat it up with this milk, and we'll keep stirring this until we do that. Okay, so I'm beating this egg with the rest of the milk, and I want this beat up very, very well. They make these measuring cups now funny. It looks really weird the way they got this up. Okay, so as I'm stirring this, took it off the eye, it's hot. I'm taking some milk, and I'm just going to temper it. And I'm just going to beat this egg in here really good. It's not going to scramble it or nothing. and I'm pouring just a little bit, and I'm beating it, and I'm cooling it down. And it's the egg milk mixture that I put in here, and I'm just going to mix this up really, really good, really fast. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. So that is my cheese sauce, and some of the Parmesan cheese is in there, and it's still, you can actually put this back on the eye, but you know, we're not. We're going to stick our macaroni. We rinsed off our macaroni, and we're just going to place the macaroni inside here and mixing this all up. So, there we go. Thank you. All right. And it's still warm. Now, by rinsing off the macaroni when it was half cooked and it was still semi kind of raw, what we did is we rinsed it out, stopped the cooking process, and we slowed it down so we can mix it with our cheeses, because this is going to go back in the oven and can finish cooking. So, I'm going to put this in some ramlets. Now, if you want to with this, you can do it with some bacon if you want, and it's really good. That's another dish of mine that I do with the bacon. But today I'm making just regular macaroni cheese. That's another show to make a different kind. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up. Okay, let's put these in our remnants. Okay, I'm taking some butter on my hands, and I've already did one, but I am gonna put butter in my remnants all the way through. Because I want that nice, crispy, golden brown. Can you see, guys? I'm doing, sorry. Ooh, I'm getting wild over here. Okay, okay. So I've done about 4 of these. And it's like I said, I wasn't gonna make a lot, but look, guys, look over here. It looks like a lot to me, don't it? I always say I'm not gonna make a lot, and I end up getting in there and I'm like, oh, this is a lot. This is a lot. Okay, I guess that still had a little water in that. I guess because it's not spreading like I want it. Come on. All right. So let me wash my hands up because these have been all buttered. I've got 4 of these. So let me go wash up. Come over here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some Parmesan. You know, the Parmesan you get at the store, the powdered kind, but you want the good kind though. This is actually Italian Parmesan. Italian blend, 5 blend cheeses. I'm gonna put a little bit in each. I'm gonna take this cup and I'm going to spread it all the way around. Okay, now I'm gonna spread it all the way around here till it covers all that butter by putting it in another one. Yeah, do the same as this one. It's gonna, and I'm doing to the edge, all the way to the edge, because I want every bit of that Parmesan. See that? Yeah. And then what's left, if I don't have any, if I have any left, it's going to go into the macaroni. I'm going to mix it up because it was already in there in the first place. There you go. Mix that up. Thick. Now, if it gets a little too thick, just add you maybe a ½ teaspoon of milk. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to fill these babies up. And it's going to bake. Oh, and it's going to be so good. And we put them in here, and we want to make sure that we got the butter on there, because the butter is going to make it nice and crispy. Oh, we're going to plate these up, and it's got, look at that. And wait till you see another macaroni cheese I'm going to make for you all. And y'all going to love it. Y'all going to say, oh my God, that's delicious. I never thought about this. Honey, I'm really into doing different things. I love it. I love cooking, guys. Been cooking ever since I've been 6, and I love it. Okay, this is the last one. See, I didn't make that too much. See, because later on when these are gone and you fed all your guests with these, everybody gets their own macaroni and cheese. So you don't have to worry about, you can fill these little things up like this and everybody gets their own macaroni and cheese. So what we do now is we're gonna put these on a baking sheet, lay them on a baking sheet, put these at 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure you keep checking to make sure they're bubbly and it gets really nice. Now, on this, I'm gonna do something else. Okay, I got these on my baking sheet, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some shredded mild cheese on top. These are extra cheesy. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little extra cheese on top. I don't want a lot because it's already gonna be baked good with all that cheese inside there. Oh my God, I got all kind of cheese in there. And this is a mild cheddar. And I got it mild. You can use extra sharp if you want. It depends. Oh, I got cheese on my hand. So, sprinkle a little bit more. Just a little bit. Oh my God. Oh my God, these are so delicious. Okay. Then, on that top of that, I just want to sprinkle a little parsley. Not parsley, I'm sorry, parsley. Just a little parsley on top to make it look really pretty when that cheese bakes in there. Oh my God, look at that. These bad boys are going right into the oven at 300 and, don't want the cheese to burn. This is on a clean aluminum foil just in case it don't mess up my pan. There we go, guys. These are happy and they're screaming and they're going in the oven. Okay, 350 degrees for about 20-25 minutes. Check them often and make sure. Okay, here they go. All right, guys, look at that. I've got these out. They're bubbling. Look at here. Bubbling, they're delicious. They're done, they're ready, and they're gonna be delicious. These are my macaroni and cheese. Let's plate this up. Okay, guys, and here it is, my mac and cheese. And I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you like it, because you know what? Guess what? You and me made this together. We did this together. You did this. You made this. Me and you. And guys, I'm so glad that you came here to watch this show. And I hope you come back for more dishes and more exciting times. I love you all, guys. Please share, subscribe, and like to our YouTube channel. Bye.